Hi guys, are you still okay? Well, anyway, we are the Group 4 and we're here virtually because we're going to talk about changing educational paradigms. But before that, let me introduce to you my group mates. Kim Lowe, Francis Andolana, Almalin F. Deo, Annalyn S. Navarro, Maria Mi Cinco, and lastly, me, myself, and I, Althea Rose A. Kataytay. And now, let's move forward to the proper discussion. So, changing educational paradigms. Changing educational paradigms is a narrative from Sir Ken Robinson that provides an inspirational insight and overview of the current worldwide education structure, the effects that it is having on our school kids and society, and an invitation to consider what it would take to shift the current industrial concept of schooling to a more sustainable one. Well, the first education-related concept that the video presented is Twin Pillars of Public Education. In Twin Pillars of Public Education, there are two which are economic and intellectual. Economic people are trying to work out how we educate our children to take their place in the economies of the 21st century, even though we can't anticipate what the economy will look like at the end of the next week. However, public education paid for by taxation, made compulsory to everyone and free at the point of delivery. Many people objected the revolutionary idea of public education for it's not possible. Many straight kids are working for class children to benefit from public education. Then the next one is intellectual. There are two types of people, the academic and non-academic, smart people and non-smart people. And the consequence of that is that many brilliant people think they are not because they have been judged against this particular view of the mind. So that would be all on my part, and now I'm going to pass the floor to Miss Deo to continue the discussion.
Thank you, Ms. Kataytay. Next is the economic as a reason of reforming public education. The economic system and its development are essentially connected with the educational system because knowledge is the basis of any economic system. In other words, a major argument that links education to economic growth is based on the increase of capacity of the labor force to produce due to more years of schooling. Educated workers are easier to train and it is easier for them to learn complex tasks. So next is the culture as a reason of reforming public education. One goal of reforming has been to take the different rules and responsibilities regarding global economic realities and new values of equity and excellence, as well as reform itself in ways that would lead to a new and different national culture. Also, educational institutions have been asked to change their culture in light of new theories of teaching and learning and new instructional and administrative ways to organize.
And now I will continue to discuss the concept in changing educational paradigms, so the divergent or diverse thinking. It is a process of generating multiple ideas to maximize the range of possible solutions, applications, and examples. It opens the possibilities of innovative ways to solve more complex problems, overcoming the tendency of many learners. So a divergent thinking as a learning strategy that encourages a student to come up with many different solutions to a problem. And a divergent thinking it is likely to explore all the possible solutions to that problem and choose the one that suits perfectly of his or her creative way. And now I will pass the floor to Ms. Navarro to continue to discuss the concept in changing educational paradigms. And now I will pass the floor to Ms. Navarro to continue to discuss the concept in changing educational paradigms.
Thank you, Mr. Andolana. Moving forward to the fifth concept, education model in industrialization. Hence, the system separates individuals into academically driven people and non-academically driven people, while majority of the people have not profited from this system. Indeed, Ken Robinson thinks that the main reason is that it has generated confusion. And the next reporter would be Miss Cinco.
Thank you, Ms. Navarro. So now let's proceed to concept number 6, the gene pool of education. So the public education should focus on the different human capacities and not just on teaching students the same way. Culture and habits of the institution need to alter or should be changed. And the outdated ideas of academic, non-academic, abstract, theoretical, and vocational need to go. And lastly, students learn best when engaged with others instead of just letting them learn on their own. So one of the main reasons why student engagement is so important is because the associated skills and habits or motivation, the joy of learning, persistence, curiosity, set students up to thrive in college and their careers. So I will end this report with a quote by Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. And here is our reference. And that ends our presentation. Thank you so much for listening.